Hi, I'm Ian Ritter, and we're at the annual ICSC convention in Las Vegas, and with me is Arturo Sneider, a partner at Primestor Development.
How are you?
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So, there's not a lot of development going on right now. But you guys seem to have some opportunities in the markets you're in. What's that like right now?
Yeah, the Hispanic market, we've seen some opportunities, and some of the projects that we're finding through some of the distressed assets, some note sales, note purchases. When the market was booming, the Hispanic market really didn't get all the penetration and development that we were hoping for. Mm-hmm. So now there's still opportunity for retailers to expand in that market, and they're still expanding there. So we've seen some great success there, but it's not at the speed that we'd like it, because financing is a little bit behind schedule. So,
what about the Latino consumer? Did they experience the recession any differently than maybe the rest of the general population?
Well, unemployment is pretty high, but the density is pretty tremendous. So, we still see a lot of employment opportunity in the community. We still have a lot of service-oriented work to be done. We're about a 16% unemployment in some of the cities, 12% in others. But the market is recovering pretty rapidly. We have seen a growth in the Latino community. Probably about 55 million Hispanics will be the final count on the census when it's all done. And that's a growth of about 40% in the last census, which is pretty remarkable. So pretty significant market at this point.
So unemployment might be high, but when you have those numbers of people, I mean, they have to shop, they have to do something at some point.
Well, what happens is in the Latino community, we're still seeing a very young generation. So that effect is still something that we're going to see down the road. It's the majority of the population is under age 20. And so they're not really yet in the employment mode, and it's going to be a significant source of labor for us in the future.
Okay.
But because the concentrations are pretty high in the urban marketplace, we do see employment picking up. We're seeing a lot more shopping in the centers that we have, a lot more activity, a lot more volume. And growth in the market is also coming from the majority of Latinos now were born in the United States as opposed to the immigration that we've had in the past. That's really an important factor because the language barrier is different than in prior developments historically.
It's not as much of a problem.
That's right. That's right.
What retailers are you excited about right now? What are you seeing growth in, and as far as expansion?
All the discounters are doing very, very well. I mean, they've done relatively well in the recession, but in the Latino market, that's been an area for them of growth. As I mentioned earlier, they really didn't get to do as many stores as they could have or should have done in the last cycle. So right now, with their success in general in the marketplace, we're still seeing, Marshalls and TJX expand. We're seeing Walmart expand. We're seeing Target expand, Costco expand. The Latino market is doing very well for them, and now we have a sales record of historical, which in the past we didn't have.
Do you find that the retailers they do a good job of adapting to the Latino customer? Like, has that been a struggle for them at all, or? Yeah, because I know they can get kind of cookie cutter-ish things.
It's a learning process. I think there are some that are better than others. There is a learning curve for sure. And now the historical data has been really helpful because doing the first ones we did 15 years ago, 20 years ago, that was obviously learning the process as we went.
A lot different.
Yeah. Today they have a certain store where they can see the volume. They say, well, what did we do at that store that we could learn from? What shouldn't we have done? What things can we correct? Certainly the discounters have a lot more experience. The market, obviously, that's their market, right? The low-middle market. So as they grew that business, they were able to adapt to it quicker. But we still have some work to do in terms of understanding the consumer and catering it to it in a more community-oriented approach.
Well, you guys have certainly been successful with it, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for tuning in to Globe Street TV.